Well, hello and welcome to our midweek update for September 27th, 2017. Can you believe it's almost October? 2017 is almost completely gone. It's gone so stinking fast. Whoa. Well, if you were in our Here service right in here this last Sunday, our verse for this week, you'll remember, hopefully, that it's out of the book of Matthew. It comes out of Matthew 25 and it's verse 29. It says,
"To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have abundance." Matthew 25:29.
Don't forget that we've got some events coming up that are geared just for you. Here at the church on October 7th, we are opening it up and having a family fun night. Now that's going to include a meal, that's going to include some games, and include some time just to sit down and talk with one another and continue to build some friendships. So invite your friends, invite your neighbors, invite your family, and let's fill the church up. And once they come to that, they have to come back. October 25th is our Family Fall Fest. Now that was massive last year as we had over 1,000 people who came through D1 NAS doors. Now, this year we want to go even bigger than that. We've got candy lined up, we've got a lot of costumes that are already getting made, we've got sets that are being put together, and it's going to be incredible. We hope to see you there at October 25th, and that's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. Well, this last week in our elementary worship service, we talked through a chapter of Scripture where Jesus gives us 3 stories that are almost identical. They've got a lot of things similar. It's out of Luke chapter 15. He gives us 3 stories that talk to us about people or things that are lost. Now, all 3 of them have a lot of similarities, as I've said, so this week I want you to ask your kids, talk with them, discover what's the same, what's different in these stories. Then I've got a couple other questions for you. Who is lost? You see, the idea of all 3 of these stories is something or someone is lost. So how does that relate to us? How can we help in God's redemption plan to find those who are lost or to help those who are lost find someone? Just a couple questions to get you thinking this week. And if you want to go ahead and get a jump on our service for this week, it comes out of John chapter 4, and it's all about Jesus and meeting a woman at the well. Now, this woman he met was a Samaritan, and Jesus was a Jew. And Jews and Samaritans didn't really get along. In fact, it was kind of similar to what we've seen maybe going on even in our country. They really were not good friends. So the fact that Jesus was here talking to this woman and then shared this life-changing moment with her was huge. So read through it with your family. It's John 4, 1 through 26. And maybe you can talk about as you go through. If there's questions that come up, that's great. But if there's nothing that kind of forms organically, maybe talk about what is the living water that Jesus offered this woman. And maybe you can even ask, does Jesus' living water change you, like we're assuming it did to the woman? There's a lot of really good questions that come out of that. We hope to see you on Sunday morning. We can talk through it as a large group in here. Well, that's about it for this week. Don't forget our Here service at 10:15 requires you, let me not put it that way, it does not require you, bring a talent this Sunday morning. Right in here on that platform right behind me, we're going to have a talent show. We are looking for anybody who's got any talents, from juggling to maybe it's a sport to maybe it's brushing your hair or tying your shoe. That took me a while to figure out too. But if you've got it, come in and show it off. We're going to give you about 30 seconds apiece to show any talents you have, and then we're going to continue in our conversation from last week, and we're going to talk about the parable of the talents. So it should be a fantastic Sunday morning. We look forward to seeing you there. And tonight, if you're free, is our very, very first Wacky Wednesday of the whole year. It's centered around games and it's centered around teamwork. We hope to see you there 6:30 to 8 o'clock tonight. Have a fantastic week.